Welcome back to Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. We are still on the DLC, as you can see. We're going into the Royal Ancient Lab, and let's see what we did off screen. We can now do a lot of these. Obviously, since I did them off screen. We can now increase the max weapon level. We can reveal the vicious monsters in the battle info, which is always nice, so we know what we're going up against. Past me, do you expect me to read that? Because I'm not going to. We can now improve the quality of found weapons, which means, well, seals are going to be more powerful, but I don't really see how this affects anything, because I've obviously done this on my personal save file, and there's not any difference. But we can't increase the max weapon level because we still need some materials for that.
You're here.
But we can also get this, which is flail attack power plus 10, because off screen and during a previous episode I got the 1000 KOs with the flails that we needed. And of course another 10, which I don't know what we needed to do with that.
Fantastic.
But we now have the max attack power for the flails, and now we can increase the max magnesis damage. So that's always nice.
Nicely done.
Thanks, Pora. And more things for the flails. More flail attack power, so not really, but flails copy 10 weapons. Oh, and that flashing thing down there.
Thanks.
Oh. So after getting more stuff from there, we can now do some of the DLC missions. We still haven't done Link's flail training, but let's go and do that right now. I am going to increase damage and decrease damage from enemies. And let's move onward. Honestly, the flails are very good in the way that you can copy the enemy weapons and stuff like that, and break an enemy weak points with ease. But honestly, I have a preference for Link's one-handed weapons, like the swords and the soup ladles, mainly due to the fact that it's Link's weapon. I don't know what else to say about that except Link is known for using swords and not like flails or two-handed weapons. It's something that is... It's basically a staple in the Zelda series at this point, that Link is the sword wielder. I've also been using this mission to get the 20 weapons that I need to copy from enemies, just to get it over and done with as fast as I can. Because the first DLC isn't that big, mainly due to the fact that it's just weapons, adding new challenges and mechanics to the game, and we've already unlocked one of the weapons in the DLC. The second weapon is, if you know what that icon is, that was flashing in the lab. If you played Breath of the Wild before, or watched the trailers for the DLC, you know what that weapon is. Especially since I've completed 100% Breath of the Wild on Master Mode and Normal Mode, I know what that icon is myself. I'm a madman. I 100% big games. I mean, the biggest game that I ever 100%ed was Attack on Titan 2. And honestly, that doesn't even like hold a candle to the amount of content that's in the original Hyrule Warriors that was recently released on Switch. Oh well, the most recent release. I'm not going to do 100% on that, because I've already done Attack on Titan 2 and I know how much grinding there has to be done. So anyway, I haven't really explained this much. Link can copy any weapon except from bows. He can copy swords, two-handed weapons, and spears. Basically, any weapon that can hit you from like a melee point of view. Like a melee range, not a point of view. And honestly, not having the attack speed that I have on my personal save file, this is just so slow. And look at all these guys. Where were these guys during the main game, huh? And now we have one of these, EX Battle Research skills. Basically, instructions for fighting, like using perfect dodges, killing enemies with a weak point smash, that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, the Hinox doesn't have any weapons, so we can't copy it. That's fine, I guess. But we can basically just grind some perfect dodges off of this guy. There we go, that's perfect. Why doesn't that work in normal gameplay, huh? And it only works in the research skills? I don't know. Defeat the blue Hinox with a weak point smash. This will take a while. So I'm going to post commentary speed it up. If I was to redo this whole series, I would do the challenges off screen and only focus on the story, so we don't have to have these like seemingly filler episodes. And then once we get to DLC 2, then it will be the same thing. The only missions that I really felt were important to like show off was the Siege of Fort Ateno and versus Calamity Ganon, because those unlocked new characters, and the Siege of Fort Ateno was kind of like another final battle. It's not really one of those things where there are challenges that are a part of the story. The game does make it seem like it, but in one of the loading screens it says when Terrico came from the future, it like opened up alternate dimensions or something. I mean, this game itself is like an alternate timeline to Breath of the Wild, but in the sense that the Calamity was subverted and stuff, but the challenges are just alternate dimensions where other battles are taking place that really don't have any consequences to the story. They are very inconsequential. Anyway, the elephant in the room, or should I say the Lionel in the room, White Mane Lionel, using perfect dodges. I'm trying really hard not to get a weak point smash right now. It's not really hard to get a perfect dodge in this game. All you really need to do is just know the timing window. If you're really bad at weak point smashes and flurry rushes, use perfect dodge timing window seals. They're a big help. And we just need to defeat this guy with a special attack now, which can't be hard, just get a few weak point smashes in. And just make sure that we don't kill it with anything else. I have just realized that this battlefield is the Test of Strength Shrine. You know, the thing in Breath of the Wild where you go up against a Guardian and then get a Spirit Orb. Yeah, one of those. It's even the meditative training one as well. I never actually realized that. Terrico, buddy, you want us to go to another battle research thing? Using items. Purah is determined to progress her battle research, and who's going to tell her no? Fight using Sheikah runes and rods. Welcome to EX Battle Research items. We need to follow Purah's instructions this time. And we need to defeat the Ice Choo-Choo with fire. It's not like I've been doing this throughout the entire game. An Ice Choo-Choo has appeared with a Fire Whiz robe just in case we run out of fire rods. So that's nice. Yes, that's it. Okay, here's what's next. What is next, Purah? Tell me. Defeat the Ice Choo-Choo with a remote bomb. Wow. Honestly, this is probably the worst of the EX Battle Research missions, because you have to defeat the Ice Choo-Choo with a remote bomb and not a weak point smash or fire, so it gets really bad. Also, hi Ice Choo-Choos. Several minutes of pain later, I defeated the Ice Choo-Choo with bombs, which, how did the game want us to do that. And up next is using rune counters, which is very easy. It's not like I've been doing that the entire game, Pura. And I'm also using this mission to grind out some other copy weapon things. I'm also dodge cancelling out of them. Cancelling? I'm dodge cancelling out of them just so that I can, like, not hit them with it. Because obviously it's kind of like a counter move as well. Come on, throw your shit. Nope, you're gonna charge at me. Time to bring it home with one last task. This is an Among Us, and we need to defeat the Malice Lionel with a remote bomb. Game, how do you expect us to do that with one of the most powerful enemies in the game? Malice Lionels suck, and yet you expect us to defeat it with a remote bomb. What are you doing, Pura? I can't believe that actually hit. Silver Moblin, you're just going to go down very easily. Kill the Silver Moblin, and now let's get that Silver Lionel. I mean, Malice Lionel, not Silver Lionel. A good thing about doing post-commentary is that I can save you guys 10 minutes of pain trying to defeat the Silver Lionel without killing it and using remote bombs. But just imagining that pain is just as painful. Never again. And now we are in the lab. Top secret request. This is a research request from a certain someone who is passionate about relic research as I am, but lacks the time for it. Let's invest some of our own time into this for all of our sakes. I wonder who that is, and look at that icon. I was able to fulfill the request of the princess. Oh, I mean, that certain someone. Anyway, an ancient text described a divine beast destined for a hero. This thing is incredible. We got the Master Cycle, a vehicular weapon created by the Royal Ancient Lab based on a divine beast destined for a hero, as is described in the ancient text. As per Princess Zelda's wishes, she is a pilot of this creation. So finally, we have the Master Cycle. And we're able to, right off the bat, get an attack power plus 10.
Good work.
Safety first. And then that will make us get the Master Cycle Sentinel. So there are 3 types of Master Cycles that weren't in Breath of the Wild. Past me, you're expecting me to read something that I can hardly see on such a small screen. I finished my modifications to prioritize durability and rider safety. Now the princess can ride right into danger without a care. Oh dear, that doesn't sound good, does it? The only difference between the Master Cycle Sentinel and Master Cycle Original model is the C1, or just the 1X button press, which the Sentinel will allow for a barrier that is capable of deflecting Guardian lasers. And the next Master Cycle thing that we need is to defeat 1000 enemies. And very clearly right off the bat we have some more stuff for Zelda's Master Cycle. Right away.
It seems I've grown stronger.
We get... Yes, we gave Princess Zelda the provisions. Come on, past me. I'm trying to breeze through this, which is the 5th Y combo. And this one, yep.
I refuse to be anything less than capable.
Past me, you should really be breezing through these. I mean, I recorded this footage like a month ago, so I didn't really take into account what the future would hold. And we get another bonus combo, which we've pretty much almost gotten all the combos for Zelda's Master Cycle. Poor and Robbie's Study. There's something right there. Yep, right there. Zelda's Master Cycle training. And let's do some weapon fusion. which equip that. What are you doing past me? What? Seriously. What? Just fuse it. It's a weapon that you're not going to use, so fuse it in the weapon that you're going to use. Shit. Raise the weapon level limit. Yep, there we go. That's good. I'm leaving this in because past me, what are you doing? Past me, you're looking for attack speed. You know, that one seal that you don't have. You're still looking for it. Just go into the mission already and stop fucking around. Ever ready to do whatever she can't aid Hyrule? Zelda must now go through intense training to use the Master Cycle. Honestly, past me, the one time that you leave the text on the screen, you don't leave it on the screen long enough for me to read. What are you doing past me? Stop being inconsiderate. Anyway, here we are in Zelda's Master Cycle training, which, honestly, imagine all this with attack speed. I'm also using the overdrive, which makes her attacks fast anyway. But this with attack speed? Yeah, you might want to close your eyes because motion sickness can actually kick in. Because Zelda just zips and zooms around the screen without a care in the world. And also if you use overdrive continuously it'll overheat, so make sure to leave go of the ZR button. But Warriors Dojo actually mentioned this in their All About Zelda Master Cycles video. You just need to press ZR again when it's overheated and she'll refuel it and it'll like stop being overheated so you can use it again. Which there's no diminishing returns to this except Zelda returns to her normal speed. So it's not really punishing. Honestly, what I would have wanted to happen is that the Master Cycle exploded. It made Zelda take damage. That's how you would make it more punishing. Which would be a bitch to do on her with trial challenges. But yeah, this is my second favourite playstyle, and my favourite playstyle is obviously Zelda's bow. And wow, that was shit fast. And I like how Zelda was exclaiming how she needs more time with this, because that was too exhilarating or something. But yeah, that's a Master Cycle's done, and that is a ++ attack range. That would be perfect. Ow. I just knocked my arm on the mic. Anyway, we're coming almost to a close on the DLC in the game. Let's check what we have in the Royal Ancient Lab. Nothing.
Yes, quite.
So we do have a mission. Let's see what happens if Ganon conquered Hyrule in this game. But obviously we need to go to the training camp and get him to level 100. I have the rupees for it. Might as well do it. So, let's see what happens in another alternate timeline where Ganon won. Which isn't Breath of the Wild related. Also, there is a clicking sound somewhere. I don't know where that is. Welcome to Hyrule Castle once again. In the Calamity Strikes mission, but mapped out a little bit more. So we just need to defeat Link and the 4 champions. Just using Ganon's Magnesis to bring out the weak point gauges like immediately. So we don't really need to worry much about that. Daruk is going to die. That actually happened in Breath of the Wild. Oh no, you can't believe you lost. The library's been taken, even though it wasn't really an outpost. But honestly, I'll say this. Playing through Breath of the Wild again on Master Mode and 100%ing it again, because obviously, as I said, I'm a madman. seeing Hyrule Castle in a more repaired state, even though it's on fire right now, is actually pretty heartbreaking. Like, I've said this before, and a lot of other people have probably said this, but going to Age of Calamity, back to Breath of the Wild, and like alternating between the two, it's really heartbreaking because obviously Hyrule Castle is destroyed in Breath of the Wild, and basically the 100 Years of Ruin. In this game, that never happened. But after this mission in whatever timeline this is, because this definitely isn't the Age of Calamity timeline, Hyrule is about to have 100 Years of Ruin again. Maybe an eternity of ruin, because you have to literally kill everyone. And here's Urbosa. I'm sorry, Urbosa. I love you, but you're dead. Or dying. The dining hall has been taken. Oh, no it hasn't, because it is an outpost, and there's a Gerudo captain here. So let's just kill you. More weak point smashes that take more time than needed. How dare you push me forward? And the Guardian Scout is struggling in battle. Oh yeah, because they're on Calamity Ganon. Calamity Ganon's side. I'm not going to be playing as Master Koga because it's I'm still not a big fan of his playstyle. And that's your weak point smash open. And you would think that the Gerudo who are like affiliated with lightning would be more resistant to it. Oh well. Another outpost with more Gerudo in them. You know, this is weird because Ganon is like a Gerudo, right? I mean, yeah, right now he's like a mixture of Malice, Guardian parts, and Aster. But like, he was a Gerudo at one point, as pointed out by Urbosa in Breath of the Wild. But I'm rambling. We've got Hyrule to conquer. Which, speaking of Aster, he is somewhere on the battlefield, so this is definitely not canon Age of Calamity. Okay, Aster, no need to be fucking rude. I mean, your Lord and Savior, Ganon, or the subject of your simping, because Aster is a Ganon simp. No word of a lie. He's a Ganon simp. I can't believe a Silver Moblin is an ally in this. I know because we're on the other side of the battle, but like, just having a Silver Moblin with a blue name instead of a red name is so weird. But Link, Link has the Master Sword and is struggling against Ganon. See, if this was canon, it would have been the other way around. Will this weak point smash kill Link? Yes it did, and that scream was so disturbing. Sorry Link, I'll make it up to you in the Breath of the Wild sequel. I'll make sure you don't die a single time. Because Lord knows I died over 100 times in Master Mode. Anyway, we have some Rito captains, which means that we are coming up on Rivali now. I mean, who else is a Rito in this game? I mean, Tabor is, but it doesn't look like the champion descendants are even here. Like, Yunobo, Riju, Tabor, and... who's the other one? Sidon. How can I forget the one champion that people love in this game? How could I forget their brother? Are you really challenging me? You must be sick of this life, eh? Oh, Rivali, your arrogance is why you're such a character we love to hate. Well, yeah, Rivali's going to meet his end here, even though it's not canon to anything in like the series, because in Breath of the Wild, Rivali lost his life to what? Water Blight, Wind Blight. I keep getting the blights mixed up. And here's King Rome, and it looks like we are going to have to fight Zelda. So here we are. Hi King Rome. And bye King Rome. Yep, you've met your match and just let me into the Great Hall to face Zelda. And here she is. Honestly, what power? You have the Sheikah Slate and not your ceiling power, which is possibly why you're about to fail. Because obviously you have... Actually, wait. Isn't this like the only one of 2 missions where you fight Zelda? I think it might be. Because the Miss Vi Battle Pageant and this one, I think these are the only ones where you fight Zelda in. And obviously Terragor, you fight Terragor in like the final mission of the story. Yeah, let us fight on the bad side for a few missions, game. Or Koei Tecmo and Nintendo and Audio-Technica. And Terragor is now destroyed. And let's kill Zelda. As much as I would hate to. I mean, all that character development. Why would Nintendo want to kill Zelda off in the Breath of the Wild sequel? Because it does look like she fell down a ravine and died. So what was the point in giving her a new haircut just to give us hope? Shut up, Aster. Just shut up. Shut up, Aster. Just shut up. And we have a Blood Moon in the Water and Fire mission. Terragor, that is DLC 2 stuff.
You're
So
here.
what do we have?
Yahoo!
Nothing?
Thanks.
Okie
Yes,
dokie. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, and if you want to see more of my content, subscribe. I'll see you for possibly the end of the DLC 1 stuff? Possibly, maybe? I don't know. See you then.